Hey everyone, late night. Um, just couldn't sleep, had a lot on my mind. Uh, this week has been such a blessing, and uh, starting to tear up. so, and a lot of people ask me, they're like, Jasmine, you're very well read. You have read a lot about the sciences. Why is it that someone so smart can be fooled by religion? And the thing is, I'm not fooled by religion. I actually found the truth. My favorite quote is, "The sign of a genius is one that takes something complicated and makes it simple." And I see that my father has made life and existing so very simple, and we as conscious beings have chosen to make it more complicated than necessary. Um, we we dehumanize one another, and we lack caring and understanding and compassion for no reason, because honestly we need one another to exist. And I just wanted to briefly share with everyone why it is that I feel so convicted, why it is I feel so strongly in my Lord and Savior, and that's simply because without Him I have nothing and I am nothing. Um, I I was raised in the Mormon Church, and I learned a lot about Joseph Smith and the Latter-day Prophets, but I didn't learn a lot about Jesus. And a couple of months ago, my father just showed me who's God. He took away everything that I had. He took away my home. He took away the food that I ate. He took away my clothes. I came to Baltimore, Maryland with a suitcase and a backpack and was basically homeless. Had no money, had no job, no food, no nothing. He took away everything that I had and showed me that I needed him, that he was the only thing that I needed. And through my faith in him and my desire to grow closer to him and my desire to know the truth, he gave it all back to me and so much more. I would not be here if it wasn't for him. I've been down the road of sin, and my sin almost killed me. Literally, back in 2010, October 25th, 2010, I took half a bottle of norepinephrine, and that is a heart medication, blood pressure medication. And rather than killing me, I spent 3 days unconscious in the hospital having seizures. And from that point on, over the next 2 years, I continued to have seizures. And the doctors couldn't tell me anything. Um, they didn't know what was wrong. And there was a neuropsychologist, Dr. Heath Earl, and he told me, he said, for my whole entire life, all of my issues, all of my problems, I had packaged them up in these really pretty little boxes. And the room in which I had stored them had now become so full that it was physically making me ill. I was no longer able to play basketball in college. I lost my family. I lost my husband. I lost my friends. I lost job after job after job. And just on a downward spiral, heading nowhere. I abused cocaine. I smoked weed. I drank. I abused my body. And it's amazing to me that after everything that I had done, my father still wanted to have a relationship with me. He still loved me so very much. And I don't need man. I don't need the things of this world. The only thing that I need is my Father in heaven. And I know that because he showed me. Now, like, I still have no job. Still looking for a job. Yeah. But, I have a home. I have plenty of food. I have a family. I am so truly happy. I have a joy that is unexplainable. And it is because of God. So to those who say that God isn't real, this is what I say to you. Read whatever theology books you need to, so that you can justify that there is no God, that you can think that you're God, and that's perfectly fine. But I promise you that emptiness that you feel, that loneliness that you feel, is not going to go away. And it doesn't matter what you tell yourself. It doesn't matter how much you try and justify it. You're going to continue to feel that way until you learn to have faith, until you learn to believe. Because it wasn't until I started believing in my Heavenly Father that he started showing me who he was. So they say, how can you believe something that you don't see? Better yet, how can you deny something that you've always felt? How can you deny love? How can you deny joy? Because I guarantee in those books of science, in reading books that tell you developed from an ape, that didn't bring me comfort. Learning about studying the theory of evolution didn't bring me comfort. Studying metaphysics brought me great comfort because it kind of started leading me back to the truth. But everything else that I was reading about was just emptiness. It was ways for me to justify my sin. It was ways for me to say, there's not a God, there's not a power that I have to answer to. And since I don't have to answer to this power, I can do whatever I want. And it's not true. Every single time you do something, it eats away at you. You feel depressed when you do certain things. When you drink, when you do cocaine, when you do heroin, when you have sex with men for money, anytime you're engaging in sin, it hurts. And you cry. And you try and hide the truth from everybody. But you don't have to hide. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to cry. You don't have to feel lonely. Because God is with you and he loves you. He loves you so very much, and he doesn't care where you are. He doesn't care how dirty you think you are. Because he loves you and he wants to hold you anyway. He wants to hold you in his arms. So, I pray everyone has a great night. Thank you for taking the time to listen. God bless.